it's Jackie, and I'm so excited to say that my December daily is finished. It's all done. I'm so pleased. So today we're going to take a look at the last 5 days in my December daily that I haven't shown you first, and I'll show you those ones in depth. And then I'll film a second video that will just be a completed flip through the whole thing, and that way you can see it all at once. We finished off last time on the 25th. And so I added in a journal page. I've been doing these journal pages throughout the album. So just to kind of recap, I am using the Heidi Swapp December album kit that was in Michael's on clearance last year. I am using the Yuletide collection by Pink Paislee. I do my journaling using the Eris Light font in Microsoft Word. And I've been using the same Microsoft Office template to print the same size journaling pages throughout my album. And I'm using a paper called Paper for Pens by a company called Pentalic. And I love this paper because it's not as thick as cardstock, but it's not as thin as paper. It's just, I love this paper. So getting right into the content, I did a list of all the gifts that I gave. And I just put some washi tape, some stickers, and the word Merry. At this point, I am running so low on embellishments and stickers. It was a struggle to finish my pages. I had like nothing left, so I just did what I could. On the other side, I listed the gifts that I received, and my mother puts together a stocking for me every year, so I made a list of everything that was in it. And I'm really glad I captured that because she's been giving them to me every year I've been alive, and I've never written it down. So I just had all these circle stickers left, so I just used those to make a border. And then we get into 26. This little cutout snowflake page was already in the album, so I just backed it with some glitter paper and an enamel dot in the center to kind of decorate it. And on this side, my mother won a jackpot at the casino, so I took a picture of her flashing all her bills. And we thought it was really funny, so I just put this little journaling tag on it. It says Jolly, little 2x2 card. And then continuing on to the 26th, whenever I do 2 pages that's the same day, I try to put a number on each page, so there's no confusion when somebody reads it. I didn't have any photos from that day. We went to see Rogue One at the theater, so I just printed out something from the internet. I didn't have my ticket or anything like that, and I just printed out some journaling. I put down my number here. It was one of the Yuletide numbers. And then I just used some green, I just used my finger and some green acrylic paint, and I just swiped some here and here and here, and I put a Mamby sticker on top of that one. Star Wars, so I put some stars. On the 27th, I called it Boxing Yay. Boxing Day is technically the 26th, but in Nova Scotia, the stores don't open until the 27th, which is when we do our shopping, and Mom and I had such a good shopping day that I called it Boxing Yay. These were the Yuletide alphas, and these were just some jelly bean soup ones to do my title. And then I just took a picture of everything we bought, and I just backed it with some patterned paper, used my Heidi Swapp number, and then I said end game night, and I posted the Chinese food we ate and my mother and her boyfriend playing a game with us, and just a little bit of stamping. So it's a simple page. And then I did another journaling page, and this was all the deals that we got in the journaling about Boxing Day. So I just called it Boxing Day deals. I just hand lettered that, and I used alphas there, some glitter tape at the top. This was the last one of these stickers I had. I bought them 2 years ago, and I put a couple in each of my albums. And the deals continue on the other page, and I just hand lettered Shop Till You Drop, Holiday Delights. The next page is kind of silly. It's called Redneck Smile, and that is what my father unexpectedly lost a tooth on the 26th, and he couldn't get to a dentist because it's Christmas, and he was calling it his Redneck Smile. So I took this selfie with him, and I love it. It shows his missing tooth, my crooked teeth, which I almost never show in selfies. And I just thought this was such an adorable picture that I wanted to give it its own page, and I just made a note about what happened to him. Some washi tape down the side. And my mother and I got matching pajamas on Boxing Day. So this is a picture of us in our matching jammies, and I just used these Freckle Fawn outfits that were in my stash. They were translucent, so I just stuck them onto some white washi tape and cut them out for my titles. And I just think this is just a really cute card. One picture of me and my dad, one picture of me and my mom, and they're just some special little moments. Then we get into day 28, and I called it Lazy ? Because we did get up and go to the gym, but we slept in until like 10, and we didn't do anything else productive all day. So I think that's lazy, but we sure worked out hard, so that's something. So I just took a picture of my husband walking into the gym, and I just did some journaling here, my number as usual, and then these were some of the few embellishments I had left. I had a few of the enamel dots left, so I put those down. You see the pages get really simple at the end, and it's just because I ran out of supplies. And then on the 29th, I just put a picture of a sushi lunch that we had. So I put a picture of the sushi plate, me staring into my bowl of ramen, and they had these little ornaments. It's called taco sushi because it's like, and they have like an octopus theme, and they had these little Christmas ornaments made into octopi that were just the cutest things I'd ever seen. So I took their picture. I just outlined my journaling, and just a couple more little stickers and things. And we also had second turkey dinner that day, and I didn't put a 29 on this. I was kind of out of numbers at this point, but I should have, like, because these were the same day. My mother cooked a turkey, so there's a picture of us all at the table. These ornaments were already on the pattern paper. I used my Ecoline brush pens to do my title, and it was white paper, so I just did my journaling by hand on that one. A little bit of washi down the side. Keeping it simple. On day 30, we went to the trampoline park with my brother-in-law and his two kids, and this is the two of them getting ready to pick up the kids and throw them in the ball pit, which they were having so much fun doing. And again, just journaling, title, number, things that got really simple at this point. Had a couple stickers. I had one sticker left and one sticker there, and then I just printed that as a logo of the trampoline park off the interwebs because I had nothing else to put in that spot. More journaling. I called it Home for Christmas because we know two people that bought houses that had just moved in a week before Christmas that we had visited. So I wrote about what it was like to visit each of them because they were living in two totally different neighborhoods. Like one was a historic old house, one was in a new and up and coming subdivision. So it's just interesting to talk about the different choices that our friends are making there and how their lifestyles are shaping up, because it kind of feels like what our lives could have been like if we had stayed. Then we get into New Year's Eve, and I just started with the menu. My husband spontaneously booked us for this amazing 5-course meal with beer pairings. So I took the menu. I didn't think they'd mind. And I just made that into a page so that I could remember how amazing the dinner was. And then on the back is a picture of my husband eating this. The third course was parsnip ice cream, and I have never seen him so excited about a food in my life, and I've watched him eat 1,000 meals, I'm sure. But he was so excited for it, and it was so good. And then I just put a picture of the steak that I had. Lots of washi tape. It was just plain white on the back, right, because it's just a menu. So I just used washi tape and wrote my journaling by hand and put a little sticker there that says the best is yet to come. And then New Year's Eve continues on the next page with my mother and her boyfriend all dressed up and ready for their New Year's Eve party, and I thought they looked so good, so I took their picture before they left. And I just put some black washi tape at the top here, and I put these, what are those called? Daily Flash Alphas. And I just put a bunch of stars. I usually save the stars in my ephemera packs because I know that at New Year's I don't want to put down Christmas trees anymore and Santa Clauses. So I usually save those and put them on my last few pages in my December daily. And I just put Celebrate the Season. That's a Mamby sticker, and I just wrote out my journaling again on that. Used the last piece of red paper that I had to back the photo. And then we went to a party. And so I put party at Owen's, New Year's Eve. This New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2016, was at the bottom of this menu. So I just cut those words out and I used them on this page. This word party, these were the white letters that came in the Yuletide collection. They're the same as the Boxing Yay letters. And what I did is I painted them red with acrylic paint, and then I used a splatter stamp and gold embossing powder to make them look a little messy, because the party was a little messy. And then I just outlined them with black to make them pop a little. And this picture is my husband dancing with the Christmas tree in one hand and a big drink in the other hand. And I thought this was so funny. It pretty much summed up the night. So I included that, and again more stars because that's all the embellishments I had left at this point. And then on this page I journaled about the, this is just like a little scrap of pattern paper I had left over, so I just put a little 31 on it, some red glitter tape at the top, and I put all my journaling about the New Year's Eve party. And on the back is the very last page, and it says, "Hello 2017. Jackie, you had a great time in 2016. So every year I make a pie for New Year's, and this year I made it while I was in Halifax, so I included it in this book. And that's a picture of it's a mincemeat pie. My dad makes the filling, I make the pie. And then I just used some thickers to put my title. I had a couple stars left, and this came off of a piece of junk mail I got. That was for like a race that I ran last May. It was a picture of my race time It said, Jackie, you had a great time in 2016, and it wanted me to sign up for this year's race. So I just thought it was so cute, so I just cut it out and I put it in the book. And that's it. It's all done. I'm so pleased with this album. It is not as much of a beast as I thought. I barely used any dimensional elements, and it is not chunky. It sits pretty close to square, and I can live with that. Really satisfied with it. I had originally intended to include all my Christmas recipes in this book, but I was so happy with the chunkiness level, I didn't want to mess with it. So I made a separate book, which is my Christmas recipes, and you can see I just used red cardstock on the front. I only had one sheet, so I used patterned cardstock on the back, and I covered them with contact paper. I used this Echo Park sticker that's been in my stash for like 3 years now, and just a little 1/2-inch coil with my Bind It All, and inside I just printed out all my recipes in Microsoft Word. I put my cookies, and they get their own pages, and it's just recipe after recipe. And then the next section is cakes, and there's 2 cakes that I make every Christmas. And then we get into confections, and I make a zillion confections at Christmas. I make chocolates, I make caramels, I make candy bars, all the things. I make toffee. And next year, when it's time to start baking, I don't have to go through 10 recipe books and the internet and 5 different websites to find all my recipes. They're all there. So it's going to be a standalone book. I'm going to put it with my other recipe books, and that is it for Christmas crafting. It is done. I'll give you a flip through of the whole thing in the next video. Thanks for watching.